What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Footy Talk channel, where today it's another video on my favorite club in the world, FC Barcelona. So today I will be showing you guys how to bring Barca to European greatness once again, because Barcelona right now, they seem like they're in deep trouble. So I'm going to be making a mini series this week with one episode a day, except for Sunday, which is Footy Week. So let's get started right in with the first episode, because this episode is just about reviewing what exactly has taken us to this point. Because we do seem to forget that we did win a Champions League 5 seasons ago under Luis Enrique, which seems like a lot of time, but isn't that much. Very easily, in one season, if we perform well and do everything right, we can get back to that former glory from 2015, Pep Guardiola days, from even before that. We can get back to that. But these past years, everything has collapsed, it seems like. So that's why this episode is going to be about reviewing what has taken us to this point, because we have to know our errors to make us better. Bartomeu seems like he doesn't trust players sometimes, as for example, just this season, they're looking to sign Wijnaldum instead of using players from Barca B, like Puig, Collado, Monchu, or other signings like Fernandes and Pedri, or just players coming back like Phil Coutinho. And I honestly don't get it. The club seems to be bad at business overall and are unable to have a plan for players and are unable to get rid of older players at the right moment. Like, for example, they couldn't get rid of Rakitic. They got an 80 million offer, and then right now they sold him for 1.5 million. That 80 million offer was only 2 years ago. That was the right moment to sell Rakitic. But no, right now he's going to Sevilla for 1.5 million. And this is the bad business that I'm talking about. For example, Coutinho deal, 145 million. Bad business. Now when we look at it as a winger, it would never work, and it never could work. Bartomeu's business is really confusing. And the Arthur Pjanic deal just kind of proved it to us. That is a really confusing deal. The board are just adding more old players and taking away talented ones, with taking out La Masia or younger players and bringing in older players. It's ridiculous what Bartomeu is doing right now. And apart from Ter Stegen, Messi, Vidal, and Braithwaite, it didn't look like anyone actually wanted to win. Sure, Vidal and Braithwaite might not be the best in the team, but the others, they seem disinterested, and these guys actually put in the effort. We have to act as a team. That's a problem, because it's 11 people on the field, not 2 people in Ter Stegen and Messi. Players also just become stubborn. Messi is a victim to this, because who seriously just ignores their coach? These players can be so stubborn and try to rule the club, but it's supposed to be the board. But at this point, nobody even knows, because the board don't seem bothered. They don't know how to do anything. Like, they're not doing anything right. This past year, there is nothing they've done right. Nothing. Not a good signing, not a good departure, nothing. Just absolutely nothing they've done right. The Barcagate scandal, the cowardness of Bartomeu, of course, does not help at all. As right now, sure, they might be trying to solve the problem of aging players, but he isn't really doing it. He's just leaving it to the coach, who hasn't even been here for a month, to call these very important players, or legends, you can call them legends if you want, on the phone to tell them they're not in their plans in less than a minute. How is that allowed to happen? These players, Suarez and Rakitic, could be considered legends, or at least important players like the Villas or Fabregases, and so on. And sure, I don't think they're needed, but come on, I mean, at least give these guys like a testimonial or something. They celebrate more the signings of irrelevant players that probably won't make it than the departures of these amazing players that have been on the club for so long. And as for leadership on the field, Piqué doesn't talk when it matters. He does talk when we're losing 1-0 against Valladolid, but when we're in the big moments, he disappears. It just seems like he disappears and he doesn't talk. Busquets and Alba are the quickest to put their head down. Messi does his talking by playing, which isn't bad, but we need an actual leader on the field who can actually talk, because Messi, why give him that extra responsibility? He does not need it, especially right now with everything that has happened. And these players have a weak mindset. They needed someone like Puyol, who for me is the best captain of all time, who would do anything for the club. And they have multiple leaders on the field with Xavi, Iniesta, Puyol, Victor Valdés, even Even Pinto, who wasn't even playing, he was still leading from the bench. We need players like that. Right now, we don't have that on the team. Not one single person who can do that. The problem here is everyone, from the board of cowards to the poor management, which leads to boring games with poor results. Because this season, at the end, I cannot stand it. The games were so boring for Barcelona. It was just them passing the ball around with possession, and then games ending in draws or 1-0 wins, unconvincing wins. It was so boring. And by Barca standards, a trophy of the season, it's horrendous. But it all seemed to go wrong, starting with the board and ending with the management and the players. So that is why I'm making the series. Before I leave, I want to leave you guys with at least some sort of positive, if you can even find one, which is that this exact situation happened 6 years ago. Trophy season, Messi wanted to leave, a disaster from the board with Sandro Rosell actually being arrested, but then what happened after? Barcelona actually bought smart, which fair play to Bartomeu for that. With smart signings in Suarez, Rakitic, Ter Stegen, and others, and people already at the club, it all added up, and with a desire to win, leaders on the field, a great coach, one way or another, he knew how to use a team, and we won a treble. Could it happen again? It doesn't seem that likely. We shouldn't be relying on history to bring us the trophies. But let's see if Barcelona can do something next season. Hopefully Bartomeu resigns. If he does, that's one step ahead. If he doesn't, it looks really difficult for something to happen because it's been a long time since we have an actually good transfer window, all the way back in 2014 with those signings. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking to the end of the video. So thank you, hope you enjoyed it, and see you guys tomorrow with another video of the series.